Indiana and Dallas will match up in the season opener tonight. It's our first look at the Wings. Caitlin and Fever fans are eager to see her in this building as Cunningham misses on a three, but Fernandez, first year with the Wings after 25. From moving from the college game here to the pros. And here's Sophie Cunningham. 13 points, knocked down 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, and early. I mean, it was from Sophie Cunningham being a part of the core group in this team last year, really before she went down.
This is Dallas's first preseason game, which means these are the first minutes for AZ Fudd, and Indiana turns it over. Atlanta Smith, a key newcomer here for Dallas. And there's Fudd.
Details and recognizing where the defense is at.
Here's Clark, the hesitation. Clark on the drive, bounces inside. Anna, second in this current stop. She was the Fever head coach. Billing switches on to Beckers. His scoring rookie season last year. As Clark gets by Beckers and gets to the 109 in New York on offense. Not much concern for the Fever offense here headed into 2026, but on the defense, Fever's run last year, they took Vegas to overtime in that decisive Game 5 to go to the finals. Wonderfully for Indiana. Clark feet inside, that pass was deflected, and it'll Caitlin Clark back on the floor.
Yes, it is. And again, a lot of shoes were filled last year.
Catch it, shoot!
Clark just on the inbound, ready to go. Good.
Preseason game, but there is a great crowd in this building, and you could just feel what has been about 10. We are used to seeing this building full during the regular season, and of course, here's on Clark. This will be a matchup we'll be watching for years to come. Billing steps through, big shot. And Smith struggled to pull it down, and it's Clark who sets sail for the other end. That's 7 in a row for Caitlin Clark. Has gotten it done in different areas of the floor. Sims and Mitchell shared the backcourt a year ago. This must be a little surreal.
Players back who might not have made it during training camp and just found a way.
Beckers leans in and the bank. Clark steps back and misses on a Cunningham, and that time Beckers took it away. She'll fire ahead, and it's Segrist on the other end.
Defense, offensively, mistake or no mistake, you want to see if you can get it back there.
Mitchell turns on the lot of the league will have to go through this year, which is that backcourt of Clark and Mitchell.
It's a great point. I mean, it's especially in this league, of course, you know, this is the best league.
In the first time to a really nice applause here at Cambridge Fieldhouse.
Just about to say that. I mean,
AZ Fudd switched on to Cunningham. Smith feet inside and found a wide open Becker. Just got too far underneath. Great ball. And now it's Allen running the floor and laying it in. Yep. Rolling Smith into the corner. Fudd, extra pass. Beckers whips it inside.
Get it all over the ball.
Raven Johnson shined in her preseason debut. Here's Mitchell with the...
Every single year. We saw it all last year, and coming back already is a good sign.
Smith inside for a lead for Kurt Miller in the Wings. Co-defensive player of the year a season ago. Hines Allen into traffic. So Clark with 7 early points. Played just 4 minutes in that opening stint. Paige back home. People will have one more on Saturday against the Nigerian national team as Miras Dantas.
Okay.
But the point still stands, and the activity in the...
Of course, your defensive presence.
Lee backing in, puts on the moves, pretty deflected and stolen. And now Clark's pass is deflected and stolen herself, and it falls right into the hands. Forced 5 turnovers here in about 6 minutes of play. As Isaiah James, who just checked
for the offensive boards.
Dantas shovels. Here's Shatori Walker-Kimbrough in the WNBA. A late in free agency signing, but she had a very strong... Isha Clark on the floor for Dallas. She'll provide a lot of that role for the Wings. Put the Fever into the penalty. Dallas to the free throw line.
Have on the defensive end.
Lee Giroux to the foul line. So she's got great footwork.
Yeah.
And a really polished low post game.
Right, and there's so much, you know, attention down there. There's a lot of bodies, hands in the
fifth foul. So both teams into the penalty. Isaiah James for one of the league's best free throw shooters. And Clark for a healthy 2025. I think the whole league is really for her as Becker steps in and drills a three.
Those eyes are at the rim, saying she can make something work.
Oh, Clark over the shoulder. Billings. Young stars in this game, but those are the two headliners. Clark with 9, Beckers with 8. The two gets free. Clark dancing, has the size advantage, tries to use it, and draws the foul.
Be a defender looking at her dead in her eyes for the duration of time that she's on the floor, and going to take her to that next level.
She was a part of Team USA basketball, but really to get back on the floor and a tune-up for the WNBA season. As Clark puts on the brakes, blows by Allen, finds Billings who connects. Well, Dallas hoping for another step forward from another high draft pick. Here's Segrist on the roll. And they'll call
overseas, played something unrivaled as well, and she's been able to really elevate her game.
And led the nation in scoring her senior year. 3rd pick in 2023. You know, we spent so much time focused. Clark with 11 first quarter points on a crossover. Clark feed inside. It's Hines out. 7 different Fever players have scored here in the first quarter. Jane in the first quarter. Billings rolling. Walker Kimbrough, extra pass. Clark, bullseye.
There, you gotta respect where the ball is at, but you can't leave her open.
Floor, she's been great right out of the gates. Hines Allen got to get it up. Didn't get it up. Bank shot that she possesses. Both teams with that 9 in that first quarter. Beckers with 8. Here is Smith working in the post. Bank shot too strong. Mitchell stepping back and can't connect. Beckers finds Segrist, who hits a 3.
He gets to her spots, is not the fastest, but sufficient.
Here's Clark on the drive and draws 10 points.
Wow.
As she has caught fire, 4 of 4 from the field. A couple of 3 steps forward this year. Another #1 overall pick into the mix. Another year for needed as well. Jose Fernandez said he came in, he was brought here to win. This is a developed
Clark. I mean, I love. I mean, she has a championship mindset. She's won in multiple places. She's a leader.
Clark, the switch on to Segrist, lobs inside, and Hines Allen shuffled her feet. 5, impressive guard out of NC State. Here is James, right on cue, pulls up, gets it to...
Knowing where the rim is at, and that was by no means an easy layup. She made it look easy.
Away by James. Beckers, beautiful pass. And even off a made bucket, you've got to be ready. As Billings had her pass knocked away. Mitchell led the league in 3-pointers made a year ago. There's Becker's 3rd of the first.
Huge developmental piece to this young Wings team.
And kind of quietly because of the year. It's a 15-2 run by Dallas, but Mitchell themselves down 7. And a blocking foul. They're going to say Hines Allen was in the... Segrist working on Hines Allen. Difficult shot.
11 from the 3 where the Wings are right now, shooting at a great percentage.
3.5 minutes into the second. Sims stays on the attack and draws the foul.
Seems like the Wings just needed that first 10 minutes to get warmed up in a sense. Even prior to being with the Indiana Fever team, but coming in, you know, that's exactly what.
I see Sims here back in Dallas as Caitlin Clark played 128 games between Dallas and Tulsa.
So again, and those 50-50 balls clearly are going in the way with the Wings right now.
58% from the 3-point line. Clark got too far underneath. Good point guard. Rookie out of South Carolina has been so confident here so far. Look at the vision. I can. She's been very complimentary of Caitlin Clark.
A sponge asking questions. According to her Instagram, we call her Hollywood.
Onto soft. Sims crossing over, leans in, and banks it home. Mitchell off the Dantas screen, all sorts of room. A case. Simpson, shot clock down to 5, and a whistle. And sign up for free today. The deflection into the hands of Mitchell. It's 4-on-3. Mitchell puts on the break. Here is Dantas. Now Beckers with room to roam, hangs and finishes. Indiana's 8th turnover. Fever have just 7 points here in 6 second quarter.
Or even opportunities to get rebounds on the offensive end.
Johnson on the attack, shot off the mark.
Looking to go get a bucket.
Oh, and Beckers unescorted to the ring. White deploys the minutes here tonight. Clark has played 11 minutes as Mitchell steps back, and this is already played in one. The Fever have 3, and Dallas has 2. Here's Lee with great position in the second quarter. That is 79%.
Wow.
He's doing a nice job of getting back defensively. Here's Isaiah James, 3-on-1, and Sims finishing.
On the defensive end, the Dallas Wings are just keeping that ball to one side.
Now to see Sims out. A couple of former Fever point guards. Lee inside for Beckers, turns, fades, fires, and
buckets in the first 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes, sorry.
Johnson gets deep.
Over as that help side came pretty quickly.
Raven Johnson. Lee extending to the three-point line. Clark on the handoff for Billings, and she's fouled again. Caitlin Clark, State Farm commercial, as she's at the foul line. 1 of 2 are in the penalty like this.
Yep.
Final 2 minutes left in the first half. Dallas leading Indiana by 18.
That's huge. It's coming from all cylinders.
Clark bouncing, Hines Allen rolling into traffic and draws the... Aisha Hines Allen won a championship when she was in Washington and did... And there's Johnson, denial in her 4th steal. Lob ahead, Timpson running in.
I want to see.
Stephanie White won't love her team's first half defense.
Should be studied. I think her being so active, her trying to get in there, to a lot of passion.
Alana Smith in the second. Clark through the hands of Timpson. And Dallas gives it right back. Clark on the shot fake. She'll kick out. Walker Kimbrough. Oh, it spins.
Get the shot or the rebound. They're looking to see where their man is at. And
Smith, Timpson can't get it to go. Hines Allen the rebound, and there's a foul. Rebound with a couple seconds left. Maybe give you a couple points before you hit halftime.
Yep. Bring caliber experience. Get in there and see what you can do. Dallas Wings, 36 points. I loved how they were able to really get in there on